Yo, yo. Just figured I'd come on here live and mess around with y'all for a few minutes while I'm sitting here waiting to get loaded. About to back up to my trailer. They just gave me my paperwork. And then I gotta wait another few minutes before I get, probably another half hour, maybe 45 minutes before I get loaded and I can get out of here. So, got a few minutes to chat with y'all today. Get back up to this trailer real quick and I'll be right on. Be right with y'all, man. We're back up to this trailer real quick. And then we can chat for a little bit about what it's like to be a local truck driver, an in-state truck driver. So just give me a second, I'll be right with y'all. By the way, if you're here checking me out, say hi. Say hi to the helpful trucker. Let me know you're here. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? If you're here, say hi. Let me know you're here. Maurice Bay, the helpful trucker. Let me wind this landing gear up real quick. The trailer that I just backed up to, it's being unloaded right now. So they can, what's up, L. Danny? Ken the trucker, what's up, bro? Yeah, this trailer I just backed up to, they unloading it now so they can load it back up so I can take it somewhere. So it's empty right now, the trailer that I'm unloading, or that I backed up to. They got like one stack of pallets left on there to take off before they can start loading it back up. So real quick, man, I'm gonna hop out and wind this landing gear up real quick while the trailer is empty. I don't want to wait until they load the trailer to wind the landing gear up. These trailers that we haul up here are rather shitty. A lot of the landing gears don't work very well. So when the trailer is loaded, sometimes the landing gear can be hard to wind up. So real quick, while this trailer is empty, let me wind this landing gear up real quick. Be right back. Alright, boom. Appreciate y'all sticking around, working with me. Like I said, I just backed up to this trailer. And one thing I'm gonna let you know about my my local truck driving job. Like I already mentioned, this place that we pull out of, they got a lot of what I would say are pretty shitty trailers. Where my headphones at? They got a lot of. There we go. Yeah, so again, this place that I pull out of, I guess the first thing I want to talk about, man, with being a local truck driver is the type of job that you got, the type of job that I work, I'll say, right? There's a bunch of ways you can do it. You don't have to have your truck on a job. I got my truck on the job. I go to the same place every day. And I guess the reason why we do it that way, as opposed to doing it more in an independent fashion, is this way we got consistent work. We know we got consistent work every day. You know, we could take the route of not obligating the truck to this place and just kind of going out and finding work week by week, month by month. But that ain't what I drive my pop's truck. So, but that ain't what he liked to do. You know what I mean? He would rather have a truck at a place consistently. And normally that would work pretty good. Right now, I mean, it's working, but with the pandemic, with everything kind of slowing down, it seems to me that it would make more sense right now to have a truck on a job, on where you know every day where you going, where you know every day you got work. So that's where we at right now with these pallets that we pull around. But like I said, man, one thing about this job that we at right now, these trailers, they're all super shitty. Pardon my French, man. They are all super just messed up. They really are. It's all kinds of stuff that go on with these trailers. And like I said, one thing we have to deal with is sometimes these landing gears don't work very, very, very good. Sometimes I'm behind a truck that got bigger tires. I got 22 5s on my truck, but some of these trucks got 24 5s, and they'll drop a trailer and I'll go back behind them to pick up a trailer, and it's loaded and the trailer is this high above my truck. And if I got one of them landing gears I got to wrestle with, man, I'm telling you, that's a workout. That'll build your muscle. It absolutely will. But yeah, man, being a local truck driver, being a local owner operator, it's okay, right? I kind of refer to myself as an owner operator, even though I drive for my dad. But the reason I refer to myself as an owner operator is because like I know all of the numbers, I know all of the expenses that happen, that go on with this truck. So while I do drive for my dad, I know exactly how much this truck grosses every week, every month, every year. I know exactly how much the expenses are, all of them, the highway tax, the tags, the fuel. I know how much all of that stuff is in regards to this truck. So that's one reason why I refer to myself as an owner operator, because that's kind of how I operate. If I find another job to put this truck on, my pop ain't gonna object. He gonna say, go ahead and do your thing, right? So but yeah, being an owner operator is cool. Being local is cool. I got a brother that is an owner operator as well. He got his own authority and he can go out of state. He can go all over the place. He's not I wouldn't necessarily consider him over the road. He's home every night as well. But he does go like regional, right? So I'm home every night. I normally start my work day probably somewhere in the neighborhood of around, I normally get here in the morning at about 7. And I normally get done with my day 4, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in that neighborhood. I guess the good thing about this place is, you can run as much as you want to, running a job like we're on right now, right? So if I want to make more money, I can run around the clock pretty much if I want to, as long as they got the work, as long as they have the work for me. I won't say I can run around the clock because legally you're not supposed to do that, right? But local, I don't run a logbook. So we're supposed to keep some sort of record of our miles, but we don't actually, as local, we don't have to actually run a logbook if you're not going over like 150 miles away from your home location. So I do like that. I don't think I've never had to run a logbook ever since I've been on the road. I don't think I would enjoy running a logbook. I don't think I would enjoy running the ELD. I don't think I would like that or go for that at all. I don't really like constriction too much. And I have, me personally, I have what I call compliance issues. That's why I prefer to be an independent, right? That's instead of working for another company and driving somebody else's truck, because I don't like all the compliance stuff. So I know these guys with the logbooks and the ELDs. I've heard some crazy stories, man. Like you want to drive, but you can't. Or you want to pull over and go to sleep, but you can't because your company telling you need to keep on driving because you got, X amount of time left on your drive time or whatever. I really don't even fully keep up with the ELD laws. What I do know is the ELD tells you the logbook is like when you can't drive and when you can't drive. Right? And again, me personally, I don't like that, man. I feel like I don't need you to tell me You know, when I'm sleepy, I'm gonna pull over, right? As an independent, I can do that with the job I'm on, with being in my dad's truck. Whenever I want to pull over and go to sleep, I can. Whenever I want to pull over and get something to eat, I can, and I don't have anybody telling me, well, even though you sleepy, you need to run right now anyway. Because I believe a lot of the guys that run logbooks and do these ELDs and drive for companies, they have to go through a lot of that stuff, because your ELD is not just like your company is watching what you're doing, right? So they're paying attention to everything, and I would assume it's a lot of BS with that. And again, I don't really like that. So as local, I'm home every night. I got a lot of as a local owner operator. I'm home every night. I'll have a lot of freedom, right? I got a lot of freedom, and I really like that. I really enjoy that, because again, I don't deal with restriction too much, right? So I feel like I get paid pretty good as a local truck driver. This truck, as a local owner operator, the owner of this truck gets $1.60 a mile for hauling around these pallets that we pull around right here, which is not too bad. And I know there's people that pull freight that pay more, right? And there's probably going to be people that are going to comment on here, man, you need to find somewhere that pays a little bit better. And you may be right. You definitely may be right about that. But here they pay $1.60 a mile to the truck, and the owner of this truck, my pop, he pays me a third of that, which breaks down to somewhere around 53 cents a mile, which is decent, because if you go and start driving somebody else's truck, like, it's highly unlikely that you're going to get 53 cents a mile unless you're long distance, unless you're over the road. You're probably not going to be getting that if you're just local, right? Now here's the thing. This is why I say the pay here may be, there's probably people that get paid more than that per mile based on what they're hauling, but there are plenty other trucks here that pull out of here as well. It's probably about they like to keep about 15 trucks around here. All of the trucks that pull out of this place, they're all independents. They're all independent. They're either an owner operator, or they drive like I do. They drive for somebody else. So everybody here is an independent, right? And when I say drive for somebody else, it's not a big company that they're driving for. That's what I mean by that. I'm not driving for a big company. So everybody, they don't have any of their own trucks running out here, is what I'm saying. Everybody that's here is here as an independent because they chose to come here, right? And right now, lately during this pandemic, there's been a lot of trucks showing up here, right? And they've been having to turn some of them away because they just don't need that many. But there have been a lot of other owner operators coming from other places, because there's a lot of work is slow out here right now, man. Obviously work is slow out here. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm looking around for other places to find work for this truck, and I'm not really finding anything. And I got some other people looking for me as well, and I'm not really hearing anything. So that's one bit of evidence that work is slow out here right now as far as local work. But again, the other piece of evidence that proves that work is slow out here as well is when all of these other trucks start showing up here, because the work is slow where they are. And they know that this right here is a steady place. They know that this place right here will give you consistent miles. They know that once you get on here and you get in line here, you can come here pretty much. You can come here every day. This pallet place has been in business now for almost 40 years. So again, kind of going back to the benefit of pulling out of here. I don't always get the miles that I need. That's the issue. I like to get 400 miles a day, right? Getting 53 cents a mile, which puts me right just a little bit over $200 a day. I would like to make a whole lot more. What's up, Aaron Black? What's up, Mackinson Latour? What's going on? Yeah, I would like to make more, but right with the time that they start, which like I said, I get here normally about 7. The forklift drivers don't get here till about 7. The dispatcher don't get here till about 7. So it ain't really helping none to get here before then. And they don't have your trailers ready the night before here as well. So, if you're going out in the morning, you got to come here and pick up your load first. So because of that, the day normally don't start. Right now, it's right at 8:30. And it's going to probably be at least another half hour before I leave here this morning. And I got here at 7. So like I said, I'll be leaving here probably about 9, and I'll probably get done this evening at between 5, 6, and 7, just depending on, how much work they got for the day. I am not one that like to work all night. I like to get in, get my work done, and get home. I got a family that I like to be home with, right? So I like to get more than 200 miles or 400 miles a day. I would like to get more than 53 cents a mile, even though that's not a bad rate. But like I said, man, about 400 miles is about all that you're going to get here on a good day when they can get your truck out and running at a decent time. Leaving at 9 o'clock is not a decent time. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, again, I would like to get more than 400 miles a day, but that is what I shoot for. Every blue moon, I will get more miles than that. Most of the time, I don't. And during the pandemic, with being slow right now, it's definitely not an average to get 400 miles a day. It's probably more like 300 miles a day out of this place right here. And I ain't liking that at all, because again, I see around 53 cents a mile, but I'm keeping my eyes and ears open for other work, but I haven't found it yet. I haven't found it yet. So, one thing I don't like about this local job that we on, so like we're in Virginia. I'm about 30 miles east of Richmond. I'm about 15 miles west of I'm about maybe 60 miles west of Virginia Beach. So it's really busy down Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Newport News, that area. And that's where a lot of their work that they have here goes. It goes out to that busy area. And me personally, I don't like the traffic. I'm a truck driver. I've been driving now for 5 years. I'm totally used to it. I'm a skilled driver. I got, I'm comfortable behind the wheel, but I don't like going around all of that traffic every single day, because normally that's where most of their work goes to, out there to that Norfolk, Newport News, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake area. And it's just so freaking congested out there. If any of y'all listening to this video and y'all are out in that area, y'all need to stay y'all ass at home, man, for real, because y'all out there running the streets just like before the pandemic ever hit, like it was no pandemic that hit. That's for real, man. Cars is all over the place down there, man. People ain't paying attention to the pandemic and staying at home at all, right? So it's too much traffic down there, and I don't like the amount of traffic down there. The other day, they sent me, they got work that goes up 95 as well, and they also got work that goes out 85, down 85 South. And that's where I love going to, out 85 South, man. The other day, they had me go on a beautiful run, man. I had to go down 64 to a little town called Troy, which is about an hour and 5 minutes west of Richmond, straight down 64. And then from there, I had to go down to South Boston, Virginia. I had to head straight down Highway 15. And heading out west on 64 is not a lot of traffic, right? Heading out east on 64 towards the beach area, the traffic is crazy. But heading out west down 64, the traffic is really, really nice, man. It's like literally like not a lot of traffic at all. And then heading down 15 to South Boston last week, that one day that I went down there, it was just such a pleasant drive. I saw a bear run across the road and everything. I ain't never seen a bear run out in front of the truck. I ain't never seen that before. That was the first time I saw that last week. That was really, really cool though, man. And that's one of the things that I love about driving the truck, man, about getting behind the wheel. Just me and the open road. When you throw all the traffic and all of that stuff in, the wait time and all of that stuff that I have to deal with on this job, you know what I mean? It kind of diminishes, you know what I mean? How much I enjoy the job and how much I enjoy driving the truck. But that day going out 64 last week and going down 15 to South Boston, switching out a trailer down there, real simple, and then heading back to where I am now. I mean, I was gone all day, which that's how I like it. I like them to give me my load in the morning, give me my run, give me enough miles. That day I got on 390 miles. Right? And it was one run instead of like today when I leave here, I got to go out to Chesapeake. That's probably going to be 70 miles there and then another 70 miles back. And when I get back, probably around noon somewhere, they'll give me another load going somewhere. It'll probably be going back out to Chesapeake or something like that. I would much rather get my load and just go and be gone all day. And then when I get back, the day is over. And that's what happened that day that I went out to that little town in Troy and then went to South Boston from there. Then the next day, I gotta tell you this, and then I'm ready to hop off here because I've been on here long enough now, man. And if y'all got any questions for me while I'm on here regarding the subject that I'm talking about, feel free to drop them. But the very next day after I got that run to go to Troy, that smooth run, good money, no wait time, no traffic, right? Pleasant scenery the whole way. The next day I come back, I get a run to go to Chesapeake. Now keep in mind that after last week, after I had that beautiful day going out west of the Virginia, the next day I was out in Chesapeake and I grabbed up a trailer to bring back, and I got on the interstate, got on 64, and right after I got on 64, traffic stopped for the most part. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Coming out of Chesapeake 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, man, it's likely that you're gonna hit bumper to bumper traffic. And so we was darn near stopped, right? We were still moving, but barely. And so I'm in the truck and I'm in the left lane. And cars start pulling up next to me. Cars start pulling up next to me and blowing. Hey, your back door is open. Trailer door is open. I look in the rearview mirror, the trailer door is sticking out to the side of the truck, which, you know, I didn't see that. You know, I left the place that I was at and probably got 5 miles down the road. And then that happened, right? People pulling up next to me, letting me know my trailer door is open. So I just popped the brakes right there in the middle of the interstate because traffic is barely moving anyway. And I get out and go to the back of the trailer. This ain't the first time that I've had that happen, or that drivers up here have experienced that. You going in the road and your trailer door is open, not because you didn't latch it, but because we got trailers that are, I already said it before, they ain't worth 5 cents, a lot of them up here. So when I get to the back of the trailer, it's 2 cars back there talking about your trailer door hit my car. I'm like, mother father. I'm like, come on, man. Like I said, I done had trailer doors open here before, but I ain't never had it open on the interstate, and I'm loaded with pallets as well, keep in mind. And I ain't never had a trailer door hit anybody's car. We're only going 3, 4, 5 miles an hour. We're creeping. So all it did when the door swung open was just kind of scraped up against their car. It didn't do no damage, didn't hurt anybody. It did do some damage, but it didn't hurt anybody. It busted one car's brake light and put a little scrape on the side of his car, and the other car put a little scrape on their car. So my pop, of course, is like, man, you supposed to see that. And I'm like, yo, Pop, the trailer doors ain't supposed to be opening. You know what I mean? I look at the mirrors, I check my mirrors, but you know, that's you know, that can happen. You know what I mean? That can happen. Trailer doors pop open. You might not see them as soon as they pop open. So anyway, I latched the door back. I closed the door back right there in the middle of the interstate after these 2 people let me know my trailer door has hit their car. I latched the door right there while I'm on the interstate, and I tell the 2 guys, let's get off the road. Again, traffic is bumper to bumper, and it's for the most part stopped. It's creeping, but it's stopped. I'm like, let's get off the road. So it was a place to get off the road, maybe 100 feet right up the road, to just pull off on the shoulder. So I got my trailer door closed back again, and I pull off, and I go off the side of the road, off the shoulder to where they are, 100 feet up the road. I get out the truck. I'm off the road now. I get out the truck. I go to the back of the trailer to start, you know, exchanging information with them. And I look, and my trailer door is freaking open again. I promise you, my trailer door was open again. From closing the door on the interstate to saying, let's get off the interstate, to pulling up the road 100 feet and pulling off on the shoulder, the trailer door popped open again. And I pointed it out to them. I said, look at this. The freaking trailer door is open again. And they both noticed it again. So that's the reason why I'm not liable for that incident, right? The owner of this truck, right? I told him about it, and he is of course going to tell the company about it, because these are their trailers. So that was what my last week was like, man. I had to wait more than I wanted to. I had to wait around more, just like I'm doing right now. I got 840 right now. I had to wait around a lot more than I wanted to, and we don't get paid for wait time, right? That's another thing about this job that I don't really like. The only thing we get paid for is miles, which is cool if all that they're gonna be asking us to do is run miles. But if they're asking us to wait, good morning, Sarasota. But if they're asking us to wait like they are right now, that's not cool. When on you know, if you out here on the road, you need to make sure you if you drive a truck, you got a job. That's one of the things that if I had to do this all over again and I had to renegotiate the deal that I'm on right now, That's one thing that I would factor in. Wait time wasn't a factor when I first started driving this truck. And on the job that I used to be on, we didn't do any waiting. So I didn't have a reason to talk to my boss / my dad about wait time. And he didn't have no reason to talk to the company that we was pulling their trailers for at that time about wait time. But here, with this pandemic, wait time is a factor. Wait time is most certainly a factor. There's some days where we have to wait 3, 4, 5, 6 hours in total. And then of course they end up wanting to give us a late evening load. And sometimes we feel obligated to take it. Why? Because you want to wake up for the miles that you didn't get early in the day. So those are all of the things that we have to deal with that I got to deal with on my local truck driving job. But I mean, overall, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's all right. Like I said, the good thing is you can, when it's not a pandemic, normally you can get the miles here that you need. If you have to run a little bit longer, you can. Again, it's not like they wouldn't have the work under normal circumstances. So, this is the life of this is what it's like out here on the road, though, as a truck driver, man. You have good days like that, and then you have bad days. You have good months and you have bad months. You have good weeks and you have bad weeks. You have good quarters where you make money, and then you have a bad quarter where you spend all of the money that you made from the good quarter. That's just the reality, right? This is it's expensive out here on the road. It really is, man. It's expensive to run one of these trucks. And so obviously you need to have the work to support the expenses, right? And during a time like now with the pandemic, the only expense that has gone down is the fuel, right? The fuel expense has gone down a little bit because the miles that we run have gone down a little bit. But highway use tax is still the same. Registering the tags is the same. Insurance costs is the same. All of that stuff is still the same. So but it's okay. It's all right career, man. I still don't feel like trucking is where I need to be. I don't feel like it's the place where I need to be. But I don't want to make it sound like I'm bashing trucking. I love going on the road, man, and I actually do love driving this truck. What I don't love is all of the extra BS that goes along with it, man. But I truly do love driving this truck and love being out on the road, just me and the empty road and the motor. I really do love hearing that, but I just don't get to hear it enough. Sometimes. So that was long enough, man. I'm about to hop out this truck and see how close they are to loading this trailer. I ain't felt the trailer move at all since I've been on this live stream with y'all. I ain't felt it move at all. So if I had to guess, a forklift driver ain't been in there yet. So it's probably gonna be, yeah, well, it's moving right now. It's just moving right now, actually. So, but anyway, man, y'all stay tuned for the next live stream. Sarasota Experience. What kind of truck do you drive? I got an International 9400. That's what I'm in right now, 2007. And I used to drive a Freightliner. I actually like the Freightliner a little bit better. Actually, I used to have a Freightliner. That was the Century Classic Freightliner that I had. It was an older truck. It was an old 2, but I actually like the Freightliner a little bit better. But the International's cool though. It's totally cool. So anyway, man, I appreciate you guys sticking around. When the video uploads to YouTube, feel free to drop a comment if you need to. This is the Helpful Trucker. I'm in a Kenworth now. Yeah, my man sitting right here in front of me, Sarasota, got a really nice Kenworth. One of the 900s, the W900s. He got a real nice Kenworth. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you the nose of it is sticking out right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. And it's a little dirty right now too, his Kenworth. But that's a beautiful truck though, man. That 900 that he got, it really is. I ain't never drove a Kenworth before, so you got a dump truck. I got you. Okay, I got you. All right, so hey, look, it's the Helpful Trucker. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave comments down below after the video uploads. I will address them if I can. And I'm going to do my best to get another video out to y'all this week. If there's anything that y'all want to see specifically, feel free to leave that down in the comments as well. Because I ain't going to lie, man, every so often I do run out of ideas and stuff to talk about on this channel. I definitely do. So have a great day. You have a great day as well, Sarasota Experience, and all of you as well that checked out the live stream. I appreciate you. Y'all have a great day as well. It's the Helpful Trucker. I will see y'all in the next video.